Hey guys, it's ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the month of December. Now these messages may not resonate with every Capricorn out there, so please just take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. Also stay tuned for your bonus info that's going to be coming up after this. Alright, Capricorn, let's see what we have for you this month. You know, you've been second guessing yourself way too much lately. You already know what you're doing. You've just been letting fear make you doubt yourself. You know, little by little, you're going to start to trust your instincts again. Okay, so just stop questioning yourself and asking for signs when you already know the answers. Okay, listen, you knew what was coming before it even happened. Okay, and then you got mad when shit went down. You know, you don't need any more advice or someone to tell you what to do, and you definitely don't need any more readings. You just need to trust yourself. You know, you've been like running in circles, working your ass off, and having nothing to show for it. That's not failure. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay, you're just trying to force something that isn't meant to move forward anymore. You're burning yourself out, doing all the wrong shit. It's time to stop trying to fix things that are already dead. Okay, it's time to just start doing things differently. Okay, just let it go. Work smarter, not harder. You know, you've been completely drained. Okay, you've been showing up for everyone else, but you're ignoring how tired you really are. You keep telling people that you're fine, okay, but you know you're not. You're pushing yourself way past your limit. You need to admit how burned out you really are and just do something about it. You know, rest doesn't mean that you're lazy, okay? And it's not an option for you anymore. It's necessary. You can't keep helping everyone else when you haven't even taken care of yourself at all. You know, you're starting to feel better again because you're not putting so much pressure on yourself anymore. Okay? You've been trying to tough it out, but you're finally understanding that taking care of yourself doesn't slow you down, right? It actually gives you more energy to keep going. You know, you don't win by burning yourself out. Rest is not the only part of the process, okay? It's common sense. You know, you went through a lot of disappointment that made you question or doubt your future. You kept wondering why things never seemed to work out. You even convinced yourself that maybe it just wasn't meant for you. You know, now you're finally seeing that nothing actually went wrong. You were just being redirected away from a path that wasn't right for you. Okay, you were meant to move on. You were way too hard on yourself. You blamed yourself for things that didn't happen the way that you hoped they would. Okay, you beat yourself up over things that weren't even your fault. You kept thinking about all the what ifs instead of seeing the bigger picture. You thought it meant that you weren't good enough. But that wasn't the case at all. Some things ended because you were meant for more, okay? Plain and simple. You know, you're tired, but you keep pushing anyway. You haven't even stopped moving. You know, you've survived way more than anyone realizes, but you can't keep running yourself into the ground. Okay, right now your body and mind are both saying enough is enough. Okay, you need a break. You can't keep pretending you're okay. It's not working for you anymore. Right? Working yourself to death isn't impressive. Okay, it's damaging, and you need to start taking care of your health a little more seriously. You know, Capricorn, by mid-month, you're going to feel your motivation coming back, okay, little by little, which means something is getting you excited again. All right, this could be a new idea, a plan, or some kind of goal. Okay, whatever it is, you're not doing it to prove a point this time. Right? You're doing it because it actually means something to you. This is about what you want, okay, not about impressing anyone else. So instead of being pressured to do something, you're focused on building something that feels real and right for you. You know, you're finally letting go of old pain. You're not stuck in the past anymore. Okay, you've outgrown people, habits, and situations that were driving you crazy. You're dealing with things as they come, and you're healing as you go. Okay, you don't need closure or a final goodbye. Okay, you're just done. You're moving on, and you're not looking back this time. You know, someone wants another chance with you, and they're trying to come back into your life. But you're not just jumping back into this because of feelings that you had for them, okay? You're watching their behavior. You're listening to what they say, but you're paying closer attention to what they do, okay? They can say whatever they want, but you're not settling for half-ass effort anymore, okay? They thought that they could just come back with the same BS excuses like nothing changed, okay? But you're not entertaining any of it. You're done with that. Hey, listen, just because you're used to something doesn't mean that it's healthy. You know, you want a fresh start, but you're scared to actually take the first step. You know, it's not because you can't handle change, okay? You're just exhausted from everything that you've been through, and you're tired of starting over again. You know, you do want better for yourself. You're just nervous. Okay? You keep saying that you want change, but part of you hesitates because, to be honest, you're so used to the chaos that it just feels normal to you. Okay? It's what you know. Listen, calm energy can feel strange when you lived with stress for so long. Okay? You're realizing that you can't keep staying in situations like this. You need change, and you're more ready than you think. You know, by the end of the year, you're going to feel calmer and more confident and stronger with a clearer head. You haven't felt like this in a long time. Okay? You're going to believe in yourself and trust yourself again. You've been doing a lot of healing without even realizing it. Okay? You're not confused or second guessing yourself anymore. And you're not trying to prove anything to anyone. You finally feel comfortable and safe within yourself. Okay? And that's all that matters. Hey Capricorn, it's ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome back to part 2 of your reading. This is going to be your bonus info for the month of December. Okay, so let's start off with some timing windows. Now, as always, I'm going to start from the beginning of the month and work my way towards the end of the month. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay. All right, looks like December 3rd to the 9th. Okay. That's when you realize like what's been draining you and you start cutting it out. Okay, no more drama, no announcements, you just silence and distance. All right, December 12th to the 18th. Okay, this is where this is what energy picks up again, and you're gonna notice things getting done without being forced. December 21st to the 31st. Okay, this is where relief kind of comes in. Okay, you're calm, you're clear, and you're ready to just start the new year on your own terms. All right, let me just see here. All right, some zodiac signs that showed up in your reading, okay? This could be someone you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be, okay? Don't get too fixated on the signs. You could be dealing with any sign. It looks like here we have Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Libra. Okay. All right, now some symbols that you might be seeing but possibly ignoring. Okay, I'm going to start off with some angel numbers. I'm seeing 1111. Okay, that has to do with new beginnings. Okay, it's saying that new beginnings is starting to happen now. I'm seeing 606. Okay, that has to do with like healing emotional burnout. I'm seeing 818. Okay, that just means that there's financial improvement or stability starting to come in. Okay, colors, I'm seeing black. Okay, that shows up when you're burnt out or you need to like release emotional weight. I'm also seeing green. Okay, that's a sign that you're healing or you need to heal. I'm also seeing like dreams about traveling or moving away. Okay, that's your subconscious just letting go of the past and preparing for a new chapter. I'm also getting like these feeling like random urges to clean or reorganize. Okay, that's your energy closing out cycles and making space for something new. All right, now I'm going to channel some initials. Okay, this could be your name, their name, first name, last name. Place it how you see fit. We have A, B, C, D, J, K, L, M, P, and R. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you're enjoying the bonus info and you want me to continue this way, just hit the like button or leave me a quick comment to let me know. All right, thanks for watching, and until next time, sending you love and light.